Cobra Kai season 4. It's a wrap. We've seen it, both of us. I'm DJ Dells alongside Mr. Jones. What did you think of Cobra Kai season 4 in all?
If I had to rate it out of 5 stars, I'm gonna give it 4.5. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the cast. I enjoyed everything. I enjoyed a whole lot about it. It was very good, very good. Can't wait for the next season. To be honest with you.
Me too.
Yeah, I thought it was dope, man.
So we had a villain, the villain of all villains, back this time around, right?
We did. We had Terry,
Terry
and Terry Silver, played by Thomas Ian Griffin, who was originally in the Karate Kid Part 3.
Yeah,
I thought introducing him into season 4 was absolutely fantastic. After giving a backstory in season 3 about how him and Kreese and Sensei Kreese actually started,
Yeah, how he saved his life.
Yeah, how he saved his life and actually started Cobra Kai. I thought that was fantastic introducing him into this season. Great way to do it. Great.
And they went more into the story too this season, where his dad didn't want him doing all of that, but he still put the money in to help him invest into that.
Yeah.
So you had Lawrence and his clique. You had Miyagi-Do Karate. These guys came together to go against Cobra Kai.
Yeah, you had Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang. Eagle Fang come together and do it, man. It was really a nice little combo. It worked out well how they did it in the beginning in the backyard at Miyagi-Do. And William Zubaka, who plays Johnny Lawrence, was absolutely fantastic. I felt like, as always.
For me, he steals the show.
Yeah, he did great. And there was one of my favorite parts of it was the rivalry. They didn't kill the rivalry. The rivalry between Johnny and Danielson is still there, no matter what.
When they were at the bar, and then they were like setting up a match the next day.
Yeah.
It went viral. Social media tweeting like crazy, talking about how he was gonna, it was going down, and everyone's talking about it. Shout out to Hawaii Rams fan. We were talking about it. We were like, if we're gonna talk about it, we might as well just document it so that you guys can enjoy this on the playback or not enjoy it. Hopefully, you do. Hit the thumbs up button if you do.
Speaking of that fight, that made me laugh. There on that fight, he said, Johnny was on social media and he's sitting there and he's on there, he's tweeting out all the stuff, and they said, well, who's seeing this? He only has one follower.
Oh yeah. He only had one follower, and it was what's the student's name again?
Miguel. It was Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel, who's fantastic in the show.
Oh, he was. All Valley Karate champion.
He's great. They're all great.
Yeah,
there's no one on that show that I watch and I say they suck. And everyone did a fantastic job. We got introduced to Kenny, Dallas Dupree, young. He plays this character Kenny. He's very small. This kid,
fast,
And I was a little skeptical at first whenever you see a new character on any show, right? Yeah. But he was fantastic. And he was so small, but toward the end of it, he looked like a monster. Like
he did.
Cobra Kai got to his brain, and he is now entered the dark side. And there was a lot of shades of Star Wars throughout it,
Oh, really?
In my eyes. And they even referenced it when you seen Johnny's son, who was like so focused and badass, and they were like, he's like a Sith Lord. They even said
something. He did say that, man.
Yeah, during the tournament, the All Valley tournament.
Yeah, he did say that. That was one of my. I thought about you, homie, when they said that. I really did, because I thought that was funny when he was fighting. When he had to scrap up against Dimitri for Miyagi though, and he had to go. And Dimitri came a long way. They had the skills. It was really wild. And Dimitri came out there and said, "Yo, he's too fast. He's like turning into this. He went this way, and then he's going Sith Lord on me now, man. What do I do here?"
Yeah,
it was really
because
wild.
he really sold it like he was really evil. Like he really looked like he was evil, and then it was like, you know, the higher ground reference to Star Wars, which I really enjoyed. I will say Eli Hawk was such a breakout
performance. Fantastic.
And Dimitri, right?
Dimitri, best friends.
Yes. Friend. And you know, it came full circle because in the beginning they were friends, and then he did the whole Hawk thing and went with Cobra Kai and everything like that. What a great performance from both of those guys.
Yeah, I agree with you 10,000% does. You know, what put it through the roof for me was, and spoilers are on this, guys. So
they see it on the title. So
okay, spoiler review. I didn't see it. So look, when Eli, when Hawk, you know, Eli Moskowitz Hawk, when he was in the show, you know, he was standing up for a lot of these guys when through Cobra Kai in season 4, and I really enjoyed it. But he also, you know, they caught him and they cut his hair. And, you know, anybody knows Hawk knows that when he, you know, he didn't have a lot of confidence if you watch season 1, and then he gets Cobra Kai, and Johnny talks him into like, well, let's he has a cleft lip, and he's really shy about that, really insecure about that. And Johnny Lawrence brought it out to him. You know, he brought it out and said, well, let's just focus on something else. We're going to turn you into a badass. Well, you know, Robbie, you know, right here on Cobra Kai to the far left, Robbie, who plays a great job, who did great, who we made reference to earlier, they went ahead and ganged up on him while he was getting his tattoo touched up and shaved his head, shaved his mohawk off, which essentially took away his identity and took his swagger away. And I thought the way they played that was great.
Oh, they played it so well. Where he was like, "I'm done. I quit." He wanted nothing to do with anything anymore.
He lost his swagger.
It was fantastic. Him versus
Robbie at the end
was so intense.
They was, but I saw something. I know you saw it too. I felt like Robbie could have ended that. Robbie had a chance to end that shit. He had Hawk on his back, and he looked up and looked at Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny. He looked at Kenny, and that screwed him up. It got his head out of the game. His head got out of the game.
He's about to finish it. Yeah. So, and he stopped.
He was in there, Stone Cold Killer.
Who killer?
And his stance, the way he was moving, like this. With the
shirt off, we took his shirt off. Remember?
Took the shirt off too.
Yeah.
And I loved when what's his name took it off too, and then showed the hawk in the back with the corny noise.
Yeah, he made it back. He stretched it out. He made the noise.
You know, look, the beauty of this show is it is kind of cheesy, and they make it purposely cheesy and 80s cheesy. You know. And I think the writers are brilliant with it. And we've been watching this since day one, and we praised the hell out of the writing of this.
Oh, it's great.
Like when they did the fight scene in the school that one season, it was comedic.
It was a lot
ridiculous.
of comedic.
It was so funny. I was crying. And then all of a sudden, when you've seen Miguel fall and hurt himself, right?
That's serious,
and he landed right on the railing. And then it was like, whoa, you know, shit got real, you know.
To reference what you were just saying, when Miguel got hurt. When he got hurt in this season, again, when he got hurt in the whole valley.
Tornado.
Yeah, doing that spinning kick that Johnny taught him in that shit. Yeah, don't run around over there. Don't breathe in too heavy. There's mold in the corner.
He was like floating in the clouds doing the damn turn, right? He was like in the clouds. And then you heard that. And you heard that.
I was waiting for it. I kept saying, I looked over at her and I said, honey, I'll bet a lot that Daniel's son's coming in here.
We live,
I
baby.
thought he was gonna do it. I thought Danielson was gonna do the Miyagi and put his back together. I swore it was gonna happen, man. You know,
that would have been a crazy moment. You know what? That would have been a great moment because the whole thing was that he liked working with Danielson. What happened was the way they wrote the story. They had Ralph Macchio's daughter, right, doing and McGill. They were going to the opposite sensei. So the daughter went to go get the aggression.
Sam.
And then Sammy. And then you had McGill going for the defense because they one's more offense, one is all defense. So they wanted to get the knowledge of both, but they split them. They went different lanes, you know.
Yeah, so, and that was a good part that you mentioned.
And Johnny even admitted that he got jealous over Ralph Macchio, Daniel's son. You know,
he did.
So if he came in and did the thing like that and fixed them up, that would have been huge. But then there's a problem.
Yeah,
then you don't have the magic that happened between Eli Hawk versus Robbie.
Yeah.
Because you had to have Miguel Diaz out of the picture so that we could get Eli Hawk versus Robbie.
I agree. And I like how
it was uneven because you had these three guys that were believable to win it all, right? And you only need two people for the match. So that was where the problem set in. And I think the way they did it was great because they'll have now on the next story, the next season, we're going to have now Johnny Lawrence looking for Miguel, right?
Yes, that's Miguel
goes looking for his old man, right? Plus, you're going to have Johnny Lawrence probably having some kind of situation with John Kreese, possibly helping John Kreese get out of jail because he was set up.
Possibly because he said, remember, and he said, and Terry
said, your weakness is Johnny
Lawrence. And I'll take care of Johnny while you're away. Don't worry about it, buddy.
Yeah, when he set him up. Because that thing was weird with the big fat guy. I didn't understand.
Stingray.
Yeah, Stingray. I was like, are these guys the writers or something? Like, who are these guys? Like, are they just trying to get in this? I didn't understand it at first, but then the way they said it at the end, they turned chicken shit to chicken salad, basically.
They sure did. Real nice.
Because I didn't like it. I didn't like the whole thing with the guy, the old guy trying to be part of Cobra Kai. I thought it was stupid. But then they made it good at the end.
Episode
when he got arrested, and it was corny, you know, but it's supposed to have. It's supposed to have the sprinkles of corniness, you know.
Yeah, the music. Like, pay attention when you guys watch it and stuff like that. The music in the background. You don't hear music in the background like that anymore. With those little fight scenes. I mean, I kept waiting for "You're the best around" to come out because that's the kind of cheesy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Please, guys, share this video. Leave your comments. We want to know your top moments of this new season. And also vote if you're watching live. Were you guys happy with this season? So John Kreese, there was a point where, you know, they were really getting very competitive while they were training Cobra Kai, John Kreese and Terry Crews. What's his last name? Terry Silver, right?
Terry Silver, yes, sir. You got
it. And you know, they were doing the bets for the brewskis and this, that.
Double or nothing.
Yeah, where they had him trick him like he was hurt, and then he hit him.
Kenny and Robbie. Yep. That was slick. That was a slick move.
Yeah, it was great. It was super entertaining. But you know, before that, they were talking. Everyone has a weakness. Even, you know, Sensei Kreese has a weakness.
Yes.
And that hit him hard where he didn't like that. He didn't appreciate that shit. And then he stepped to him after. Remember, he said what he said. Yep. And then he tried to play it right.
He played it right, though. See, that was a whole play. That was a whole play.
Yeah, because Terry was acting vulnerable toward it after. Like, I'm sorry, this, that, and the third. But his weakness is Kreese, because Kreese holds that like over his head all the time. Like, I saved your life. So he knew
Yeah,
his weakness. He had to get rid of him. So that's why he set that up with the fat guy at the end.
you're damn right. Get rid of my weakness. Since it's not around, I can only get stronger.
Yeah.
And I like that how he played
The
that.
way
But
they
then
set that up was great. I really enjoyed that too.
I did too. But we also had a cherry on top at the end, G. We had a nice cherry on. We had a nice cherry.
Oh yeah, we'll save that for last. And then so we had the girls fight to finish it out. And that was really exciting, with Samantha.
Oh, that was great.
Samantha Russo versus Tori. And at one point, right before the match, Tori's talking to the mother, Miss LaRusso, saying, I just want it to be clean, and then hopefully after that we'll be good, And by accident, she elbowed her, but it was an accident. Tori won. It was a big moment. And then later on, she finds out that the referee was paid off.
Yeah, you saw that. You saw a little couple things.
Seen a shady situation earlier when they didn't count that point.
They didn't count that point when she stepped in. They said that she stepped out of bounds. Yes. Clearly not out of bounds. And then she caught that elbow, and it might have looked accidental, but Sensei Lawrence said, hey, there should be a point reduction for that. And they didn't even do that. They made sure to focus in on him, saying, "Hey, when she caught that elbow, when Sam caught the elbow from Tori in the first female championship All Valley tournament fight, she went ahead and unfortunately caught that elbow, and they zoomed in on Sensei Lawrence saying, "Hey, there should be a point reduction." So there was a couple little parts that foreshadowed. Terry paying off the referee like that.
Yeah,
I thought so.
And so when it was finally set in stone, where we actually seen that footage where she caught that interaction of the money with Terry and the referee, that killed her, because now she knows she didn't officially win. She could have still won. That wasn't game point.
But, it was tough, man. It was I was excited.
She so good winning. She had the trophy, but she knows deep down inside that she didn't officially win. This was a good point too. And interact with us while we're live, please. Derek says, my favorite part was when the new kid set up Daniel's son as the bully on the video to get busted in school. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because Daniel's son and his wife went in there thinking, this guy's an angel, the kid, and the son is a punk. Daniel's son's son,
big time,
super spoiled brat punk, and
man, really let me down.
Trouble,
The kid let me down a couple times. Daniel LaRusso's son, when he's growing up, and Daniel, sees it. This kid's a bully throughout the whole movie. I mean, let's just be honest. He bullies Kitty the whole time.
He's a piece of shit.
He really is, yeah. And he hangs around the wrong crowd. And I think that crowd that he hung around with.
The crowd doesn't even respect him, because throughout the whole movie, they're calling him names and all of that too, Yeah. And that happens a lot with kids in school, So
I like how they showed that. But the problem, the shit that what upset me with LaRusso's kid is when he was trying to teach him wax on, wax off.
Oh yeah, and Daniel. Yeah, but that was the right thing to do, because he's not built for that.
Mm-hmm.
He's a punk. Mm-hmm.
And then I like the parenting when LaRusso took away screens, no screens. He comes in the room, talks to his son. His son had a tablet, and LaRusso chopped it in half. Like,
yeah. He said, "After this, I had enough of this shit."
Yeah, so. I could see that turning into something maybe next season or something like that. The rivalry between LaRusso's son and Kenny. I think that could develop into something, because they never really squashed that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, because he beat him up at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, in the locker room?
Yeah, they never really showed it again. So I think we're going to see something nice hopefully develop. Yeah, he pieced him up.
What is the Asian kid's name? I apologize. I forgot what his name was. Oh, Kyler, his name was.
Kyler,
I
yeah, he's tough. I thought he was
Yeah,
tough, bro.
he plays a real good bad guy, like a real son of a bitch, you know.
He does. He
Um,
does.
he really does.
That jerk.
He's pretty good, man. That kid.
I thought he was
Joe
too, but I
Steele, his
saw.
name is. Oh, and we
Oh,
gotta
okay.
talk about Aisha coming back. You know, the girl that was in the first season and then disappeared
I thought that was interesting. I
with
kept.
the glasses.
What
And I was expecting her to be in the tournament, but she wasn't. She just did the
I
cameo
was.
because
I
they were
was. I was.
looking for females. So I was like, they got to bring her back. The whole
And they
time
were showing
when they're looking, I'm like, they got to bring her back.
when the committee was voting to make those changes to bring the skills competition and
Yeah,
female competition, they showed her fight in the background on tape. So that was foreshadowing. I thought her coming back. But then when Sam went to go visit her best friend and she lived 2 hours away,
yeah.
I knew
And
it
she
was
was
I knew it
doing
was a
good.
curtain
She got
call.
her own place. She was
Yeah,
living big,
nice.
you know.
Yeah, real nice.
Yeah.
And she told her how she felt during her first day at her new school, how she could just feel the heat of this one girl. She said pink everything, but head to toe. This girl, and she went ahead and confronted her before anything and said, "Yo, this is not how it's gonna be. I'm not gonna be picked on by you." And she inspired Sam, to approach Tori and let her know that this is how you're not gonna you may be back in school. My mom might have helped you out getting back in here, but I'm not gonna let you bully me anymore. And I like that, standing up to your bully. What they said right there. I kind of enjoyed that message. It was
So
great.
I'm trying to think what else we need to talk about. So we talked
Um,
about
and,
Anthony,
and,
Major
and,
Pitt. Oh,
Robin.
and then I also like the vibe with Carmen Diaz, which is Miguel's mom, and
Oh
with John.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was good, man. You know,
I enjoyed that.
um,
I enjoyed
and
watching
I really
Johnny
like
try.
Johnny Lawrence. He really is fantastic on the show. They all are. Daniel LaRusso, Ralph Macchio. He's great. But I'm telling you, man, Johnny Lawrence made this shit.
Oh, he
What
does. He's stuck. He's one. I have a couple friends
I
that are stuck
wanted him to win
in the
so
90s.
badly.
He reminds me of somebody that's just stuck in the 80s and can't get out, man. You know what I mean?
But he also is someone that is like he's developing late in the game to be a better person. And
Yes.
that's why I think a lot of people actually really are rooting for him. Because a lot of
Mhm.
people that are fans of the show are rooting for Johnny Lawrence, I think.
You're
I know.
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I enjoy watching him, and I find myself, behind waving pom poms and flags and say Johnny Lawrence and cheer for the guy because I want to see him succeed. But then, but when it comes to those tournaments, I'm always rooting for Danielson. But then they almost, since they combine forces, it's really a joy to watch because you want to root for one, but then you fall in love with the Cobra Kai characters too, and you can't really pick sides. It's tough. But then I loved Hawking this so much.
Oh,
I did.
Hawk winning Eli,
Mm-hmm.
it was fan. I was so excited for his win.
I was too, man.
I was,
I was
dude,
like,
I was watching. It was like 2, 3 in the morning. Yes, I was
yeah.
fucking hyped, bro.
It made
Yes.
you jump around. It
Oh,
made you
I
jump.
was so
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
he won. And that
It did.
shows that you are putting together a great show. When you have people that are invested in the show and actually you are actually building excitement behind it, that's great writing. And it was brilliant how they had Miguel get hurt. Um, and I just hope that when they finally close this book, I need Johnny Lawrence to be the guy who is up top,
Oh yeah.
that's riding in the sunset. Like he needs to be the guy that's like whether it's another All Valley and Miguel and him come back and they kick ass, like something. I just need to see Johnny Lawrence like successful,
Eh?
bettering himself. and they're slowly building that. He's got a good woman by his side. So
Yeah.
that's what I want. I think next season is going to be all about. There's going to be a lot of broken up stories, which I hope it's not too messy because you have Johnny Lawrence looking now for Miguel Diaz, right? And then you have, which we might as well get to it. We have now Daniel's son at the end. He's talking to Mr. Miyagi over at his final resting place at the cemetery, and he's saying, "I can't. I know I agreed that I'm going to stop, but I can't." And then he has Chosen. The camera pans to Chosen, and we all loved Chosen last year. That was a huge deal seeing Chosen back.
Going back to Okinawa, meeting Chosen.
And who didn't just pop and be like, "Holy shit, that's him!"
I did.
And then so we have him that'll be coming back next season, I'm sure, right? I don't know if it's officially been picked up for a new season, but it has to be.
I'm sure it will, brother. Yeah. I'm sure it will.
So I mean, look, you got a lot of different stories now going on because you're going to have Daniel LaRusso and Chosen versus Cobra Kai. You're probably going to have Johnny Lawrence looking for McGill and then dealing with McGill's father, right?
Yeah, which we don't know is yet. And Miguel's father, keep in mind, doesn't know who Miguel is.
Yes.
She said that. You know what I'm saying? So there's all types of little innuendos, little ways that next season can go. And I really like how
it could possibly be a two-way story. And sometimes with these kind of shows, stuff gets a little too,
messed up. It gets a little lost.
And then another way, and then like I know it's totally left field what I'm comparing it to, but Walking Dead sometimes will be like 5 different stories going on in one season, and they always show the shit people don't want to watch. You know what I mean? They're always shifting the story to where you don't want. But how much more can you do? I would have liked Johnny Lawrence and Kreese to get back together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would like that to go and destroy
Terry.
Yeah.
Terry Silver. Yeah, yeah. Kreese's dude. That's gonna work out somehow like that. Yeah, I agree with you somehow. It's got to. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the development of Kenny, the new character for Cobra Kai.
He's going to be badass. Because he looked like he was this tall. But by the end, and he looked like, I believed in him.
I did too. I thought he was going to go over to Miyagi, though. I swore he was going to go. But
I didn't think so, bro.
I thought he was.
When he was beating up Anthony, Daniel's son,
LaRusso,
yeah, I believe that he was really like vicious,
Yeah,
I wasn't looking at him as like a little kid no more.
Let's see, the way I saw it was with LaRusso's son picking on him and shit. I thought that LaRusso's son, Anthony, would jump over to whatchamacallit, would jump over to Cobra Kai and go against his dad, and the Kenny kid go with Miyagi, though. But it wasn't how it happened, and I'm glad it didn't because it plays out very nicely. And I like that Mike Barnes tears up with a Terry Silver.
Yeah, so we could see a Mike Barnes next season. There's a good possibility we may see Mike Barnes next season with Terry Silver.
I mean, Mike Barnes was a monster on General Hospital. I absolutely loved him, and I never saw him in the movie.
On General Hospital?
He was.
2021.
Oh, yeah, he was.
He's still on it?
No. I couldn't tell you that. But I know he started on there after his first movie on Karate Kid 3. I never saw him again. But I see him now, and he looks good. I'm not going to
I loved when you seen him put the ponytail in.
Yeah, right. When Terry put the hair back.
Because he didn't look like him. It took me a second to really get the vibe of him back.
Yeah.
Was it like that for you too?
Yeah. I didn't even recognize him, G. I didn't recognize him. And then he's
and the vibe right away.
He's got it made though where he's at. Look
at
him
when he put the hair back and then he started acting like a prick. By the end of it, I'm like, this is him. You know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It was great. I enjoyed it. I don't really have anything negative to say about the
Nothing.
show.
Nothing.
I don't really have anything negative to say about the show.
I wish it was longer than 10 episodes, but 10 episodes.
I really wish they brought back the girl, Aisha, the girl with the glasses.
That'd been cool.
I wanted to see her back. I thought that would have been good instead of them finding like that debate girl. But
she was tough.
She was tough. And it was fun, and she did a good job on the show.
She's an '80s fan. She had Johnny Lawrence loving it.
With the she knew
Best
about
of the best. Bloodsport.
Yeah, Bloodsport.
Best of the best was so good. Slept on movie.
Yeah, slept on movie, man. And
I love Eric Roberts.
I liked when Daniel's son reached out to Johnny, and then they called back that scene with the bonsai
tree. Yep.
You're gonna grow your own way too one day, and and it'll be your own way. So just like tree, So it was good. It was great. I enjoyed it. I mean, I'll give it 2 thumbs ups. It's hard for me to really give it anything out like a number. But if you love Karate Kid and you want to, especially if you grew up in the 80s, 90s, or even you're younger, but your family, friends put you on to the original Karate Kid. It was great. It was a great watch.
It was.
Took me 2 nights of watching it till late nights, and I think we nailed it. I think we covered everything.
I think we did, brother, and I really enjoy watching it, and I look forward to the next season. But it was great. Yeah. It was absolutely great.
Definitely. Leave your comments, please. Hit the thumbs up button. Follow all the social media across the board, and feel free if you ever want to send any donos. We got the PayPal and the Cash App. But subscribe, and if there's anything y'all ever want us to watch or review, let us know.
Please.
By hitting us on social media. That's mine, and he's over at Infamous Mr. Jones.
I am on Twitter and Instagram.
The only thing I didn't like was the American Idol chick singing during
Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood.
Was funny. I thought that was hilarious. It was so random.
Yeah, it was super random.
Yeah, but I respect your opinion.
Like I said, I kept waiting for Joe Esposito to come out and start singing "You're the Best Around," but instead they did Carrie Underwood, where today's your day.
Wasn't around the referee that they usually have.
Yeah, remember they changed the format. They remember they had.
He was in the other ones, wasn't he? They had him have cameos in the other ones.
He was.
I don't know if he's still alive or not, but I realized.
I think he is, because we did a review, me, you, and Riddick, on Karate Kid Part 2. If you guys are ever interested in that, and Part 1, the actual movie.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, we like the Karate Kid here,
yeah. We love the Karate Kid.
Oh, what's that? We even got these joints.
Yeah, we got the drums.
Not everybody has the drums.
We got it all. Brain kicks, all that good stuff. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the thumbs up. Share this on Facebook, Twitter. Please, 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 please. And if you guys like us doing reviews, maybe we'll start doing reviews on this channel on movies and TV shows. But the thumbs ups and the views is what's going to let us know in the comments. So sharing is caring. Have a good night, everyone. And we'll see you soon. Much love.